What's going on, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages? Joker back again, once again. Man, it has been a minute since I used that intro. What, like 7 months ago, just before Forsaken, when I covered the second Warmind comic, I think it was? Because I don't think I covered the third one, because it was just so bad. The Mary Sue was really going hard in those books. Like, Anna, literally, days after losing her powers, gets them back, because she believed hard enough. Mind you, it takes us like a week to get to the farm, so we've definitely not freed the Traveler at that point. You know what, if there's enough want, I will cover the third Warmind comic. Let me know in the comments below. That'll be like a load up on the vodka before recording. Yeah, that could be fun. Let me know. So, Bungie has finally released another Destiny comic. Actually, this one was supposed to be released originally back in November of 2018, but it got pushed back indefinitely for no apparent reason that we know of. And then suddenly, just the other day, it was released without any fanfare. It was just like, here you go, here's this comic. So, okay. So the book is called Cayde's 6. Get it? Because he's Cayde 6, and he recruits 5 people to help him out on his quest to capture the Barons. Get it? Get it? It's funny, because Cayde 6, Cayde's 6, it's like his team, but it's also the people who's got his back, but it's also his name. Get it? Get it? Yeah. It's a play on words, and I groaned too, and I feared that this would be another Fall of Osiris or Warmind, which would be worse actually than a Fall of Osiris. Another Warmind? Whoa, woof, my boy. But, ladies and gents, boys and girls, guardians of all ages, much to my delight, the first issue was pretty fucking good. Written by Thorn lore writer John Joff, who basically at this point just needs to be given a large sack of money and put in charge of the narrative of the entire Destiny franchise, because basically him and a couple of other writers whose names I unfortunately do not know are the only ones writing interesting lore. And then there's the lead narrative team who's writing Destiny, and it's just like, can we get these guys who are writing the lore to write the actual games? Because that would be awesome, but I digress. So this is where I start to fanboy out a little bit, because the art in this book is fucking amazing. Much to my shame, I'd never heard of Dave Raposa before this book. And wow, was I missing out. This man is a brilliant fucking artist, and his vision for what Destiny should look like is what Destiny should look like. I absolutely love this Mos Eisley's Cantina meets Jabba the Hutt's palace look that they gave the Spider's Palace. I love how you have Fallen, Cabal, Guardians, Awoken, and they're all just chilling around. They have some really cool, intricate designs. Like, there's Fallen with like jewels and gold glinting off of them, and it's just, oh my god, it's so amazing. It's what it should look like. This is what the game should look like. Actually, on a side note, I want to know how much collaboration went into this. Did John Joff just write a brilliantly detailed script with tons of references? Or is Dave actually a big Destiny fan? Or both? Because there's references throughout this story, or just designs throughout this story, that really made it feel like somebody knew their shit. Somebody did their due diligence. Like this Outcast Fallen here, having the House of Devils Siva design, that's just fucking awesome. But moving forward. Also, again, I want to go ahead and give props to Dave Raposa and Daniel Warren for the colors in this book. People don't generally talk about colors and the quality of the coloring in a book when they talk about comics, but the way that this book is done, with it being a lot of dark, earthy browns and greens, it could have gone really sideways when you introduce Banshee or Cayde's face in this sea of brown, these bright blue faces, and it doesn't, which says a lot for the care that went into balancing the color palette for this. I just appreciate it. I think this is very beautiful artwork. And like I said before, this is how the Destiny universe should be represented. This is what it should look like. This would be fucking awesome. But enough of me fanboying over some really gorgeous art. Let's talk about the story. So this story takes place before the events of Forsaken, for obvious reasons.
Shh. This is going to hurt a lot. Any last words?
Whether we wanted it or not, we've stepped into a war with the Cabal on Mars. So let's get to taking out their command one by one. Valis to Auric. What I can get.
Now, for the story in and of itself, there's not a lot here. It's just Cayde retelling someone off panel, likely the spider, how he captured the Barons. The choice of Cayde as a narrator is beautiful for several reasons. Most importantly because Cayde is an unreliable narrator, prone to embellishment.
They kept coming, so I kept firing. Not gonna lie, I was magnificent.
In fact, this whole comic has the same vibe as the Last Call teaser trailer. So what this does is if for whatever reason, there's something in this comic that contradicts the lore, well, you can just say Cayde got it wrong, and that would be a valid interpretation. So while the setup for the story is the story of how Cayde captured the Barons, the way that they actually go about it is more like a heist movie. Like every single heist movie you've ever seen, Cayde goes and he gets his team together. And this team consists of Banshee, Hawthorne, Petra, and then two new people we've never been introduced to, Jin, and a hunter whose name I'm not even gonna try to pronounce. But because this is Cayde and Cayde's telling the story, they're all kind of background characters. They're there to watch him be amazing.
They kept coming, so I kept firing. Not gonna lie, I was magnificent.
And you can kind of call this making Cayde a Mary Sue character. However, it's about perspective. Cayde is the one telling the story in this instance, instead of like Warmind, where we're seeing it from a third-person omniscient view. We're just seeing the events as they unfold. We're not being told a story by a character who is known to embellish their stories. So our ragtag group of Guardians and not Guardians go to the Spider's Palace, which is, like I said earlier, this mix between Jabba the Hutt's palace and the Cantina. We get the tour of the locals, the plan, which basically boils down to throwing a bottle of alcohol at the trickster during a game of cards and starting a bar fight, which goes according to plan. Cayde puts a tracer on the trickster gets away, Petra berates him, but he's like, nah, I got this. There's a plan. Just follow me. And that's basically the story. There's not much to it, but it's fun and beautifully presented. In fact, my only complaint, if I was to have one, is that it's so short. I think they could have fleshed out the Spider's Palace better, given us more of a tour of the location, given more time to Cayde recruiting the others in his party, and told us more about those characters as well. But with the 12-page limit, as opposed to your standard 22 for a normal comic, they did a really great job of hitting and presenting all of the bullet points and building an interesting world, a part of Destiny that we've never seen. And they told a fun story. And the fact that I want more, well, is that really a critique? Nah, I don't think so. So yeah, the book was great. The link will be in the description below. I highly enjoyed it. Check it out for yourself and let me know your opinion in the comments below. And like always, stay frosty.
Well, this is awkward, huh?
No. But I do have a bullet with your name on it.
Any second now, my partner is gonna roll in here and kill every last one of you. And you, my man.
This is going to hurt. A lot. Any last words?
Whether we wanted it or not, we've stepped into a war with the Cabal on Mars. So let's get to taking out their command one by one. Valis to Auric. What I can get.